Hi everyone, welcome to the Curating Simplicity demo. So today we are going to give the demo for module recurring events. So this is the Curating Simplicity page. I'm going to log in as admin. So these are the admin credentials where I have entered the username and also the password. I'm clicking on login button. So here we can see you after logging in, admin is redirected to curating history page, where here we can see all the curating history details. Now I am going to click on curator calendar. Here we can see the curator's calendar, and here you can see the message. We are seeing all slots of all curators. These are all the slots of all the curators. Here the blue, here the green symbolizes the booked slots, and orange symbolizes the cancelled slots, and red symbolizes the unavailability, and blue is for all. So as I click on booked slots, that is green, here we can see all the list, all the booked slots of all the curators have been displayed, and this is the cancelled, and this is the unavailability, and this is all. If I want to see a particular curator's calendar, clicking on the curator name, here we can see you are seeing all slots of B. Joanna. So here we can see the slots of Sanctus D, all the booked slots. So now we are going to see the recurring events functionality for the unavailability slots. So I am going to create the recurring events for curator B. Joanna for the unavailability slot. Going to click on add curator unavailability. On this page we can see the curator name. Here in the drop down all the list of curators has been provided. Going to select one of the curator, and the title is unavailable, and clicking on recurrence. So on clicking on recurrence, there is a new pop-up window being displayed, in which you can see the start date and end date, unavailability time. This is the unavailability time, but as we are going to set the recurrence pattern, so I am going to set these. So the first repeat is daily, where I am going to select repeat every 4 days, and the starts on range is this. Here in the unavailability time, I am going to select the time slot, so it is 8 a.m. 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So this is the unavailability time. This is the time slot which I am going to select, and the recurrence pattern, it is repeat daily and repeat every 4 days, and the start on is by March 7th. And here there are two options provided, one is end after and one is end by. So currently I'm going to show with end by using the option end by. So I am going to select end by as 30th of June, and so here I'm going to click on add unavailability. Here I'm going to click on add unavailability. So the message is prompting as unavailability saved successfully, and here it is directing to the calendar, and we can see the unavailability slots which are created for every 4 days, as we have selected 4 days, and the end date would be June 30th. So till June 30th, for every 4 days, there is one unavailability slot created for the time slot 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So here we can see the first is on 7th of March, and after 4 days it is 11th of March, and certainly it is 15th, then it is 19th. So I'm going to the next month, April. So here we can see all the unavailability slots for every four days in the May and in the June. And this is the last unavailability slot created. After this, there is no unavailability slot created as the end date is 30th of June as we have selected. Now the next scenario is and we can also delete the slot, a particular slot, and also the series of the event series of the unavailability slot. So now I'm deleting a particular slot on June. This is actually May 30th. So this is the delete button. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. So here we can see the particular slot has been deleted for the unavailability. Now I am going to delete the series of slots by clicking on the unavailability slot. So here we can see unavailability, edit or delete. Is it a series or single? So I am going to select as series, and here we can see the edit is being displayed. If you want to edit the slot, you can edit the slot, and if you want to delete the series, then we can delete the series. I'm going to opt for delete. So here we can see, are you sure to delete? Okay. Unavailability series deleted successfully, and it will redirect to the calendar. So here we can see for the curator Joanna, there are no slots which earlier they were created. Now I am going to go further with another scenario. So here I am going to select the curator and recurrence. So in the next scenario, I am going to show the uh, scenario where I'll give repeat every 2 days, and the ends on will be end after the occurrences, and the start date is unavailability slot is 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and it is repeat daily, and it is repeat for every 2 days, and the start date is, and the occurrences I am going to give as 5. So here the scenario will be for every 2 days starting from 7th of March there would be 5 occurrences. So for every 2 days the unavailability slot should be created for 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. slot. I'm going to click on add unavailability. Unavailability saved successfully, and we are redirecting to the calendar. So here we can see the first is been created on. So for the curator Joanna, the first created on 7th, and the second is 9th, and the third is 11th, and fourth is 13th, and the 15th. As we have selected 5 occurrences, there are only 5 unavailability slots, and it is for every 2 days, and the time slot is 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Now I'm going forward with the next scenario where I'm going to select as repeat weekdays, and the repeat will be for daily, and the start time would be 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And repeat weekdays is which considers only the weekdays from Monday to Friday. So I'm going to select the date range starts on 8th to end by is would be going to 15th. So as we have selected repeat weekdays and starts on is 3/8/2018 and end by is 3/15/2018. So for every weekdays till 15th of March, this time slot is going to be the unavailability slot for this curator. I'm going to click on add unavailability. So here we can see for Joanna starting from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. 8th, 9th, till 15th. This is 13th. This is 12th. And on Saturday and Sunday, it's not going to be created as we have selected as weekdays. Now I'm going to show you the other scenario where we are going to give the occurrences. So for the same curator, Joanna, where I'm going to select repeat weekdays, and the time slot is going to be 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and it is going to start from 17th, and the occurrences would be 5 occurrences. So here for this particular time slot 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. the repeat days would be 17th. I'm going to select as for the March 17th, and the occurrences would be 5 occurrences, and I'm going to click on add unavailability. So here we can see as I have selected as April. So April, you can see from 8th to 10th the curator is unavailable on weekdays. As I have selected the occurrences as 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming to the next scenario, I'm going to select as Alice Batson, and the recurrence. Here we can see the unavailability time, where I'm going to select as 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and repeat I'm going to select as weekly. So here we can see if the repeat on is where all the weekdays are representing with a checkbox. If I check for repeat on Sunday, weekly every Sunday the occurrence is going to be created between the date range. If I select start on and end by date range, in between the date range for every Sunday there would be one unavailability slot created between 8 to 12. So And here I am going to select week as 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and it would be as Tuesday. You can also select multiple days, but I am going to select as Tuesday, and it would be for 2 weeks, and the start date would be 7th to end date would be 29th. So as between these days, for every Tuesday 7th, there are 2 Tuesdays coming up, 3 Tuesdays coming up, so 3 slots must be created. So I am going to click on add unavailability. So the curator is Alice Batson. So here we can see